it's Gothy, and I didn't do a video last week because last week I got tonsillitis. I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat, I couldn't breathe without pain. It was not great. Um, I'm still a little bit croaky and stuff today because I ran out of antibiotics yesterday, and I've got to wait till this afternoon to get some more. Because when I went there last night, they were sold out. So they're getting another delivery today. I've already paid for it. Andrew's got a little slip so he can go and pick them up for me. So it just means that I've had to go like 24 hours without them. Um, but it's fine. It's still it's getting a little bit irritated, but otherwise it's alright. Illidan's just making himself at home on my bed. It has been ridiculously cold. This weekend it got down to like 1 degree here. It was colder in my fridge, warmer in my fridge than it was out. So yeah, that's not been fun. But because I was sick for so long, and because I couldn't talk or do anything, it meant that like a whole bunch of the stuff on my to-do list got pushed back. So I spent yesterday and today catching up on that. It also means that I didn't get to give you the good news, which is that I've been offered a job. And I'm in the pre-employment stage. So I'm filling out all this paperwork, and I'm doing police checks, and I'm doing entry level checks, and I'm registering with this company and with this thing and that, because I'm going to be working for a community service organization. Um, they are not for profit, and I'm going to be a area coordinator for the NDIS, which is the National Disability Insurance Scheme here in Australia. So yeah, it's gonna be strange working again. But I'm basically going to be meeting up with people with disabilities and helping them to start building their plan for the NDIS and the funding that they get. And like helping them get the funding and all that sort of thing. So I'm essentially going to be helping people with disabilities get the things that they need to live, which is a really good thing. And it's really funny because I think I did speak about the interview on here and how I didn't quite feel like I was getting some weird vibes and I didn't really feel great about it, but it turns out it didn't matter because I mean I'm definitely like a token wheelchair user sort of higher. But I don't mind because I'm going to be doing things to help other people with disabilities. Um, yeah, so it means that I've got to do all this paperwork for them, and then, like I said, like police checks and stuff like that. But I've also got to register with the NDIA, which is the insurance agency that basically has control over the NDIS, and all of its funding and stuff like that. So it's going to be, I went part time because, again, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video because it's been more than a week. But I've applied to switch out of the diploma of youth work into the degree of community services. So I went part time so that I would have a full day that I could sit down and do coursework if I needed to, or placement hours for that because it's got 400 hours of placement. But considering I'm going to be working with people with disabilities, I might be able to cut some hours off that with work. So, yeah. And what it means is for the at least the next 12 months, I'm employed. It's going to be 4 days a week, and yeah, sort of strange. But yeah, it's a thing that is happening now, and I'm looking forward to it. Um, there are some changes I'm gonna have to make. Like I'm gonna have to start getting some work clothes and stuff like that, and then working out where to store work clothes in my room. Um, like they're pretty casual, but they're not like t-shirt and pants casual. So, um, my first plan is like my next pay, I'm gonna go get some like collared shirts, and I'll wear them over the top of my t-shirts. Because finding professional looking clothes that are still at least a little bit within my style is really difficult. Um, Especially because I don't have a lot of money to spend at this point on it. So, um, yeah, and then they're not like super businessy or anything. So it's I'll get there eventually, but I'm just gonna have to wing it as much as I can in the first couple weeks. So I've just finished doing my tax. I'm about to start doing my grocery list and then do my grocery order. We're just getting it delivered this week. Um, yeah, and I've got a few other things to do. Oh my god, I'm tired already. It's just lots of like phone calls and having to go and do this and do that. And I'm waiting for some more paperwork to be emailed to me so I can fill it out, and then I'm going to take it all to a JP, get it witnessed and signed, and all that sort of stuff. And then I can scan each page in, email it, and then go from there. It's a lot. Like, there's like 30, 40 pages there of stuff that I had to read through and sign and stuff. And there's been a lot of stuff to do. There's, like I said, like there's like police checks and all this other stuff. Yeah, it'll be worth it, but it is a long process. So that's what I've been doing. That's mostly what I've been doing. Craft wise, I've not been doing much. Like I finished Emmy, the Nora Corbett. I started a new project that I don't want to show until it's actually finished. It is vulgar as hell. It's subversive, and I love it. Yeah. The other thing that I did was I've looked at like doing like the chainmail stuff for a really long time, so I actually bought some little jump rings just to sort of play around with it. You can get like bigger ones and stuff like that, which will be the goal eventually, but this is just to play with it. I've just got to get some nice pliers to use them with because I don't want to steal the ones out of Andrew's toolbox because they've got teeth on them and they're probably dirty. So yeah, green and black, and because I got them off eBay and they're only like $2 a thing, like they were really cheap. But the shipping didn't combine properly in their cart, so they sent me a pack of silver ones for free. So yeah, I think that's all I've gotten too. Oh no, that's not true. I got some wow magnets. I've got some cat magnets because we've got the new fridge set up, and I was like looking at the fridge, and I was like, it's huge compared to the old fridge, and I'm like, there's more space for magnets. Oh my god! So now I'm just like, I want magnets, but I don't want to give up any of my needle minders because they're my needle minders. So it's a conundrum, sort of. Yeah, I haven't been really doing any shopping or anything. Just starting to prepare for all the work stuff and like get things organized. Getting the freezer and stuff set up, being sick and having to buy medications and stuff. I'm so glad that. So there's one brand of antibiotics that I can have, and it's always been a safe one. But it was like a lemon flavor. It tastes like balls. Like it's fucking horrible. I hate it so much. But it worked, and I didn't get the anaphylactic reaction. It makes me a little bit sick, and I get some stomach pains and stuff like that. But it's not the full blown reaction. Oh, and I get dizzy. Um, so it's fine. I can use it, but they've changed the flavoring, so now it's like a tutti frutti sort of thing. So it was like a 50-50 chance that it was going to give me anaphylaxis or it was going to be fine. But it's fine. It tastes even worse than the last one. And I do have to stay with name brand. I can't go generic because the generic ones are berry flavored, and that I've had reactions to berry flavored antibiotics in the past. And I mean, I could bypass all this flavoring stuff if only I could take tablets, but I can't. So, yeah. Especially when, like, you've got two tonsils that are the size of golf balls. in the back of your throat, because, yeah, no, nothing's getting fucking past that. Like I said, I didn't eat for like 3 days. Or all I ate for 3 days was a potato and gravy each day, because that's all I could stomach, like that's all I could swallow. And even then I had trouble. I tried eating yogurt one of those days. Not a good idea, because it just got clumped up all over my tonsils, like on the top of them. And even drinking water, like there was still in the crease. Nah, it was gross. It was not good. It was horrible. Um, and yeah, like even just having the potato and gravy, I was struggling with that too. So I started eating again on Saturday. I had a little bit of food, and my guts just went ape shit because I hadn't eaten properly in a while, and yeah, my guts are still quite sore now, but that's because of the. Oh god. They're still quite sore now, but that's because I'm still sort of getting used to being able to eat properly again, and then like the antibiotics and stuff as well. Um, oh, there's an invasion up. I should go do my ults. Yeah. So yeah, that's been the last couple of days. It's just been sick. I've got to. Today I want to try and get some more dishes done because the kitchen just didn't get done. And I don't know how we got so many dishes built up because I wasn't eating, so I wasn't cooking. So I don't know. But I'm gonna do dishes. I want to try and get some laundry done because it's not. It's not. It's a little overcast, but it's not too bad. I'll try and get some of that done. And I want to try and get some of my room clean because it's not great at the moment. I've got to replace my sheet, my bottom sheet, because somehow there's a hole in it. But the hole is not where my feet are, which is where I would think, because, toenails and, it's where my knees are. And it's like worn a hole into my sheet. So I went and I got a replacement one yesterday. So I'm gonna do that, but Illidan is curled up and he looks adorable and I don't want to move him, so, yeah. But I also want to, like, wash everything, but I've got so much laundry to catch up on that I'm probably not going to be able to do that today. What else? What else have I got to do? What's on my to-do list? Like, this is part of my to-do list. Antibiotics. Job networks next week. I gotta do the groceries, which I should have done last night, but I spaced on it last night, so I gotta do that. I gotta clean the bathroom still. I gotta clean the laundry up a bit. I'm still trying to work out where this leak is coming from, because there's a leak in my laundry. And it's either coming from the sink or the washing machine. Either way, it builds up and it just smells horrible. And I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know why it smells horrible, but it does. And yeah, we've seen it come from under the washing machine, but then we've also seen it drip from under the sink. So we've got no idea where it's coming from. But it's yellow. And it doesn't make sense that it's yellow because when it's come down in the sink, we've done our laundry. So why is it yellow? Like it doesn't make any logical sense to me. That's why I can't work out where it's coming from. I can't work out what it is. Because it wouldn't be coming from the toilet, because the toilet pipes would be going from the bathroom into a separate place. It wouldn't be going under the sink in the laundry or under the washing machine or anything. Like, it's not computing. So I don't know how I'm gonna fix it. We might just have to get a plumber, which is something that I can probably do when I'm working and earning some money. The other upside about the job is that means that the Perth trip to the Colour Cascades Fabrics retreat is definitely happening, which is good. I can start looking into booking my flights and booking a hotel and stuff like that, and I want to go up for a couple of extra days because the people that I play WoW with, a couple of them live up there. So I figured I could go and meet them and like hang out with them in person and stuff too, which will be cool. And yeah, um, so much, yeah. So now it's just a matter of just filling out paperwork and stuff, and I've got to work out what to do about the job network because this is the new job network, and they've been lovely overall, but they want, like, next week I've got to go in and start filling out this paperwork and stuff to say that I'm employed and all that kind of thing. But they're expecting copies of my employment contracts and stuff like that, which I don't even have yet because I haven't commenced employment yet. Like, I'm still in that phase where I'm doing all the paperwork and the police checks and all that sort of shit. Once that's all done and once that's all sorted, then there's an induction and then I start employment. So I'm not even at that point yet. And they're expecting copies of my employment contracts. Like, I'm probably not going to give that to them because I feel like that's a legal agreement between myself and my employer. That's not my place to just hand it out willy nilly. And I'm sort of afraid that they're gonna try and take credit for finding me the job when I've been with these guys actively for like 3-4 weeks now. They haven't done anything for me. They didn't help me get this job. I applied for it on my own before I even had my initial appointment with them. I did the interview on my own. I'm doing all the paperwork and stuff on my own. Like, they haven't helped me with any aspect of it. They haven't offered to help me even with clothes or anything like that. Yeah, so I don't know if I don't know how I'm going to handle all that if they try to take credit for it because I'm not okay with people taking credit for something that I did. You know, especially because the way the job network system is set up is that if it's still this case as it was, yeah, a couple of years ago, is that the job network will get a bonus, like a money bonus, for each job that they find a job seeker. So if they take credit for it, they get a bonus, which I don't know whether it goes to like the office and like goes towards like an office function or if it gets split up or if it goes directly to the consultant that I have. It used to be that it used to go to the consultant that you had. So, yeah, but I don't want someone to be getting money, like a money bonus, for something that I did on my own. Like, I don't approve of that. Like, if they'd helped me even just a little bit, then I would have been, yeah, fine, whatever, but they haven't. So, I have to work out what to do about that because yeah, I'm not gonna have someone take credit for my work. You know, especially when that also means that they'll use me as a stat to say we had this person with us for just a couple of weeks and they went straight into employment. Like, no, I helped me get into employment. You didn't do shit. So yeah, I gotta work that stuff out too. Um, yeah. It's always one thing with job networks. Like they're all lovely, but this is a whole thing. And yeah, and I haven't read that much either. You would think that me being sick, I would have read a lot, but I didn't. I was spending so much time just trying to sleep and stuff that I wasn't sleeping very much either. So now I am sleeping way too much during the day and waking up stupid late. So that's annoying. But I did read Frog Kisser by Garth Nix and I loved it. It's a fantasy sort of thing and there's no fucking love story. There's not a single love story. I'm so happy about that. It's about a princess who has to go on a quest to escape her stepfather, who is an evil sorcerer, and the evil sorcerer is trying to take over and all that sort of stuff, as evil sorcerers do. And it's just great. Like, there's so many little things in this that is fantastic. But, like, basically, the sorcerer is known to, like, turn people into, animals. So, um, her sister, who is, like, notorious for falling in love with someone and then falling out of love and in with someone else really, really quickly, is, like, in love with this prince, and the sorcerer turns him into a frog. So the other princess, like the main character princess, has to um find the frog, get him untransformed so that he can go back to her sister. But by the time she catches the frog, the sister's moved on to someone else, and it's all a ploy of the sorcerer and all this sort of shit. But Anya, like the main character Anya, she now needs to find a way to untransform the frog. And to do that, she's got to find a few ingredients for a lip balm that helps with people who have been transformed. So she goes on a quest for that, but at the same time, she's going on a quest to get away from her stepfather, the sorcerer. And then she's on a quest to defeat her stepfather, the sorcerer. And then as she keeps going, like on her quest, she keeps picking up more people who've been transformed, who need help to be transformed back. And like there's like witches and sorcerers and thieves, and it's really good. No fucking romance. There's no she meets a prince and he saves her and everything is happy. No, she fucking saves everyone. She defeats the sorcerer, and like yeah, it's fucking awesome. So highly recommend. I really loved it. Plus, look, the pages are like yellow on the edges. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I liked it. It was really lighthearted. It was really quick to read, and yes. So that's what I've read. I have a whole bunch of library books that I've got to still read. And I ordered a book last night. There's a poet called Rupi Kaur, and she was really, really popular during the Writers' Festival. And I didn't know why, and I didn't get the chance to sit and have a look at her book in between sessions and stuff like that because her books were always selling out, so there was never a look at. But she had the biggest signing queues by far for everything that she did. So, Book Depository had her poetry book for like $9, so I went and picked it up. Yeah. So that'll be coming soon, hopefully. I've got some stuff to do in WoW if I get a chance. One of my friends bought me the Necromancer pack for Diablo 3, so I'd like to get some play out of that soon as well. There's an event in Heroes of the Storm, which I would like to play some more of and get some of the skins and stuff. I haven't played much Overwatch. Like, I haven't done much at all because I've been sick. So I haven't even been watching anything new. I've been rewatching British comedy. So I've rewatched The Mighty Boosh. I've rewatched The IT Crowd. Rewatched all of The Peep Show. The Office, the British one. And surprisingly, they're not black books. But yeah. And the other thing I have to do at some point this week is recatalog my books. Because the book app that I was using was fine. It was working fine. I was able to like back up my catalog to an email or onto my SIM card or SD card or whatever. So I was doing that quite regularly. So when my last phone carked it and like just wiped everything randomly, and it was still working, but it just wiped everything, I wasn't too worried because I had those backup files. So, upgraded the phone, got the new one going, tried to put the exported file into the app reinstalled on here, and it doesn't work. So, I tried like a whole bunch of different workarounds. I tried a whole bunch of different methods. I just couldn't get it to actually read the files and like put them in. So I have to rescan all of my books again. So I sort of looked around last night and I said, well, like this app hasn't been updated. It's not been updated anymore. It's been more than a year since it's updated. Why don't I find another one that is still being updated? So there's less chance that I have this problem again. So I've installed 2 that I'm going to try. What I'm also going to do, so this doesn't happen again, is as I'm taking all the books off the shelf, I'm going to be writing down the name, the author, the series, the ISBN 10 or the ISBN 13 or both if it's got both. I'm going to be putting them on a document on my computer so that if it happens again, I can just go through and take the ISBNs and do that. The reason I couldn't just do that with the backup files from the last app was because for some reason the app would take the ISBN, like you scan the ISBN in, like the barcode, and it takes the details and stuff, takes the ISBN and codes it into its own ISBN. So I couldn't. And I tried, oh, well, maybe, like, putting their ISBN might work. Didn't work. Tried that. So I've got 2 apps here. Yeah. One's called My Library and one's called Pocket Library. So I'm going to try both of those out, see how they go. And see which one I like. They're both regularly being updated. One was updated last month, one was updated in May. So, if I have problems with it, there's still like active troubleshooting and stuff. Whereas the other one, people weren't replying to emails and that kind of thing. So now I've just got to actually do it. I have to pull all my shelves apart again, one by one, rescan all the books, write down what they are. Ugh, god damn. Yeah. Not really looking forward to it, to be honest. Actually, and now that I think about it, I did get some new books. Not a lot. There's 3. I think it's just the 3. Pretty sure. There might be another one floating around somewhere, but my room's a mess at the moment. So, my supervisor sent me that one from Sydney Writers Festival. They had a wrap-up party, and I didn't go because I was not. I hated the fucking thing. It was seriously one of the worst weekends that I've spent volunteering. But it's a crime thriller, so I'm probably not going to scan it into my book collection. I'll probably just read it and get rid of it. But yeah, this one I won from a Goodreads giveaway. And it's a I think it's like a fantasy. Yeah, it's like a magical fantasy sort of thing. And then I picked this one up on BookMooch, which this has been something that I've been looking at watching because I think he did a movie or a TV show or something for it. Yeah, but it was up on BookMooch, so I figured I'd grab it. I think that was it. I think the rest are just library books that are all over the place that I need to just organize and start reading. But yeah, that's pretty much been my last like 2 weeks. It's just been like paperwork and being sick and just trying to get things organized, and I have so much to do and I'm sort of overwhelmed. Like I'm so behind with everything because I got sick. And I know that it's fine, like it happens, it's normal. But now I am like freaking out because I don't know if I can do it all on my own to get caught up again because I'm going to be starting work soon and I have so much to fucking do. So, yeah, I don't know. I may actually have to ask some people for help because I don't know if I'll be able to get it all done. And Andrew is he's working so much that he's not going to be able to really do much to help either. Just, yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's it for now. It's been very boring, I know. I haven't been doing much crafting. I haven't really been doing much that's not boring adulty stuff. So, yes, I'm gonna go and do the groceries, and then maybe once I've done that, I might be able to eat. We'll have to see. Might be too late to eat by that point, which has happened pretty much every day this week. Every time I try to do something, it's just something else comes up, and oh no, I can't help you with that. You have to contact this person instead, and now you have to contact this person, and it's yeah. So they gave me a tentative start date for the 19th, but I don't think I'm gonna be ready for that, depending on how long it takes them to get this paperwork and stuff to me to fill out, so I can get it signed and witnessed, because I've got to actually go to a JP to do it. And yeah, so it's just a lot of work. And so now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do the groceries. And go do the list and everything. So I'm so tired. I haven't even been up long today, and I'm tired already. I really hate it when I get sick. But I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys another time. Bye.